After what feels like an eternity, Overwatch League Season 2 is nearly upon us. Along with some returning players, there are tons of new talent and faces joining the league. So before the next season officially begins, we would like to help catch everyone up and go over the 8 new expansion teams that will be joining the 2019 season of the Overwatch League. One of the 2 American expansion teams, the Washington Justice, are the American team that seems to want to resonate with its home country's fanbase the most. The Washington expansion slot was purchased by Mark Ein, a well-established businessman with many successful ventures, including a newspaper and a 6-time champion tennis team. Mr. Ein has been a large supporter of the Washington sports scene. In fact, he's even won a Jefferson Award for public service in professional sports. On December 3, 2018, the Washington team released its branding, revealing themselves as the Washington Justice. Their logo being a shield with an emblazoned facsimile of the Supreme Court, and decked in the colors of the American flag with red, white, and blue. At the bottom center of the logo is a W, formed by the Washington Monument symbolizing the region. The logo also features a star as a nod to the Stars and Stripes, and as a symbol of unity. It should be quite clear the branding screams America. The name Justice was chosen because justice is a universal value and the perfect name for a franchise that we hope will inspire and unite both our Washington area community and fans around the globe. While the branding and colors have been well received, the team itself has quickly become a hot topic in the community. And when it comes to the Washington roster, we'll be starting with their Overwatch League veterans. Starting with their main tank, Janice, formerly one of the tanks for NYXL in Season 1. However, sadly his playstyle did not mesh well with the rest of NYXL's patent pending Protect the Hell Out of Jonak play, and he was released following the end of Season 1. Famous for taking aggressive angles and being self-sufficient, Janice is a great main tank that could never play his own game. It will be interesting to see how the Washington team plays to his strengths. Joining him is Guido, formerly one of the flex supports from Seoul Dynasty. He was part of the Lunatic High roster that won Apex Season 3, and it was there in Apex that Guido proved his ability to play both flex support as well as Tracer. If the meta returns to single healer, Guido's flexibility would be a major asset for the Justice. Their last Overwatch League vet joining Washington is Otto, one of the only bright spots on the Shanghai Dragons Season 1 roster. Otto joined the Dragons late into the season to help turn around a sinking ship. And while his presence did not result in any wins, the crowds always grew hopeful after seeing his clutch plays. Otto's tour on the Dragons also showed that he had a strong mentality, capable of both handling the insane training of the Dragons, as well as the mental baggage of a 0 to 40 run. Otto is a superstar DPS that has been given a new chance to perform on the big stage. Also joining these 3 are Corey from Gladiators Legion, Stratus and Phozix from NRG Esports, as well as Sansum and Hyanu from the Meta organization. Corey is a well-known and respected Widowmaker in the North American Tier 2 scene. Countless games have been won through Corey's clutch ability in contenders, but coming from a team that has never been in the top 4 of contenders, he still has much to prove, and hopefully alongside his new teammates and coaches, he'll have more room to shine and more importantly, grow. Stratus is a young flex DPS player from Western Pennsylvania, who worked his way through Open Division to NA Contenders and now to the Overwatch League. His Pharah is the type to look for duels very often, and his bravado on that hero will be something to look out for this coming season. With a good attitude and a level head, this young gun is looking to impress the world with his balance of mechanical skill and knowledge on the big stage. Phozix is a player that has been in the Tier 2 scene for just about forever, spending some time with Kungarna, a lot of time on Envy, and just now recently leaving NRG, this flex support has put in his time to hone his craft. Although it may have taken him longer to reach the Overwatch League than some, Phozix is a competent Ana and Zen player that isn't afraid to go for big plays. Both Hyanu and Sansam eventually found their home in Washington from Korea, and have a similar story to many of their teammates. Neither have any substantial recent accomplishments, but have spent some time on the Meta organization building their skills. Sansam was seen as a bright spot for Metabellum during his stint with them, but in a league chock full of amazing flex tank players from all over the world, Sansam will have a lot of fearsome competition to face. Hyanu too had been playing for Bellum before his departure to World GameStar H2, and despite a very rocky season, he was then picked up by Washington in their tryouts as well. Outside of their players, heading to the Washington Justice is ex-NYXL coach Wizard Young. the self-proclaimed genius and inventor of database analysis for Overwatch, who finds himself saddled with the job of building up the Washington Justice. Wizard Hyung is their one edge that seems unique. The Justice do not have the most unified team, the best tank, or the best DPS or support duo, but what they do have is Wizards' data and coaching, things they are going to need to leverage if they want to have a chance to make it to the playoffs this season. Regarding the team as a whole, as Sideshow puts it,
when I look at this team on paper now, I think Wizard Hyung's got a battle on his hands, because yes, he's working with NYXL, potentially some of the best players in the entire league. Now, I think it's the other end of the table. When I look at this roster on paper, they look like the weakest team in the league. And so it comes down to, does Wizard Hyung have some magic that he can work here?
While on paper the Justice looks stronger than, say, the Dragons in Season 1, it doesn't really matter, as the rest of the Overwatch League has grown more competitive, and for now, it remains to be seen if the Justice can keep up, especially right out of the gate. But we'll just have to see for ourselves in the second season of the Overwatch League.